Oh, hello there. This is your friend Baby Briones Scan. And today I'm going to do a mini presentation about our country, the Philippines. This is a video presentation to give you an insight what it's like to be in the Philippines and to show some of our beautiful scenic spots and to showcase our beautiful culture, the land of the beautiful and the pearl of the Orient, as they say. It's more fun in the Philippines. Panoorin po natin, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy this video. Welcome to the Philippines. The Philippines is defined by its emerald rice fields, teeming megacities, graffiti splash jeepneys, smoldering volcanoes, fascinating sunset, and smiling happy-go-lucky Filipinos. It is where my home begins. Most people traveling to the Philippines coming from the US or from Europe will probably fly into Manila's Ninoy Aquinos International Airport or the more recently opened Mactan Cebu International Airport, which was named the Asia Pacific Medium Airport of the Year in the CAPA 2018. Located in the Pacific Ocean near the equator, the Republic of the Philippines consists of around 7,640 islands, about 2,000 of which are inhabited, that form an archipelago. The country can be divided into three main areas: Luzon, the largest northernmost island, which includes Manila; a group of islands called the Visayas, including the major islands of Panay, Negros, Cebu, Bohol, Leyte, Samar, and Masbate; and Mindanao, the second largest island in the Philippines, found at the southern end of the archipelago. Each country is different from the rest of the world, but what is it really about the Philippines that makes it stand out among others? For one thing, it's the Philippine culture. The Pearl of the Orient Seas is not just famous for its beautiful islands, but also for its Filipino culture and values. Filipinos are outgoing people who don't consider it rude to ask personal questions, prepared to be pleasantly interrogated by everyone you meet. Filipinos will want to know where you are from, why you are in the Philippines, and how old you are, whether you are married, if not, why not, and so on and so forth. Among its top tourist drawers are Boracay Island in Aklan, Puerto Princesa, Underground River in Palawan, Chocolate Hills in Bohol, Mayon Volcano in Albay, Siargao Island in Surigao del Norte, and the Banawe Rice Terraces in Ifugao, as well as the cities of Manila, Baguio, Vigan, Cebu, and Davao. Cebu is known not just in the Philippines but across the world for its beaches and electrifying festivals like Sinulog. If you want to party like a Filipino, make sure to attend any of these festivals in Cebu. The northern part of the Philippines, especially the Ifugao province, is one of the best places to experience the traditional Filipino culture. From the Filipino cultural heritage and arts to the cultural practices in the Philippines, Ifugao is something you shouldn't miss out to experience authentic Filipino culture. Here are some places where you can experience the authentic Filipino culture and tradition. Metro Manila. Metro Manila is the place to experience modern Filipino culture. Here, you will find some of the newest trends in popular culture in the Philippines like fashion, food, and architecture. Within easy striking distance of Manila, about 2 hours south by road, the province of Batangas features Tagaytay with its mesmerizing views over Lake Taal, the picture-perfect crater lake with Taal volcano in the middle. Around the small coastal town of Anilao, you'll find the best scuba diving. To the west of the archipelago, out in the northern Sulu Sea, is the bewitching island of Palawan. Most of it is still wild and unspoiled. Many visitors come for the superb scuba. Most flights to the Philippines arrive in Manila, the crazy, chaotic capital which, despite first impressions, is worth at least a day or two of your time. The city's major historical attraction is the old Spanish walled city of Intramuros. Rizal Park is an atmospheric place to take a stroll, especially late afternoon, early evening, or on weekends. Here you will find the Rizal Monument, fronted by a 46-meter flagpole and guarded by sentries in full regalia, which contains the hero's mortal remains and stands as a symbol of Filipino nationhood. It's still widely known as Luneta. Its name until 1950s. Antipolo is a city east of Manila in the Philippines. It's known as a Catholic pilgrimage site. In the Antipolo Cathedral, the shrine to Our Lady of Peace and Good Voyage has a 17th century statue of the Virgin Mary and attracts thousands of visitors. The 70-feet Hinilugang Tagtag is one of the iconic landmarks in Antipolo worthy of a visit and the nearest waterfall in the bustling metro. It was included in the local song titled Tayo Na. It is always a bargain at Baclaran. Use your negotiating skills to get the best price for you. You will never fail in searching for what you need because in the Baclaran market, you can find almost everything. After you hear Mass at the Baclaran Church, you can roam around. The Philippines is a great place to buy indigenous art, woodwork, mast, and religious artifacts, mostly at rock-bottom prices. Manila also contains a number of shiny malls with the stores offering much the same designer gear you can find in London or New York. Our list of the best places to go shopping in Manila introduces the most exciting malls, markets, and stores available in the capital city of the Philippines. Jeepneys. Millions of Filipinos depend on jeepneys, a kind of informal minibus service to get to school and the office or to transport livestock to market. Some 80% of the population is Catholic, Spain's lasting legacy. About 15% is Muslim, and these people can be found in Mindanao. The food culture in the Philippines is very different from that of the Western culture. Filipinos are big eaters and love to eat rice. Rice is a food staple in every Filipino's meal every day. It is quite impossible to see a Filipino who doesn't eat rice unless the person is on a strict diet. The Filipino culture and values are just among the good things that are appreciated by many people from across the world. In the Philippines, family is valued so much. Children live with their parents until they are married. The Filipino family culture is something that many people applaud because Filipinos value family time so much. Some other notable and great Filipino cultural values are as follows. Bayanihan, Filipino culture. Wherever you go, wherever you are, we, as Filipinos, there is no place like the Philippines, a country that we can always call our very own home, our very own come what may, a country that we will always come back time and time again. She is an oasis of love, laughter, and light. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas!